we right back. Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to another episode of One Piece Hooch. We got another One Piece chapter for you, chapter 1187, because we just left off talking about Emu, talking about this was supposed to happen to the Giants. 800 years ago, we stole their children and they lost. So we're going to continue to do this method to put y'all under heel and underfoot because that's the way we have garnered our success by putting the Giants under heel and making them do our bidding. That is how we have continued our dominance, I want to say. Uh Emu was very reliant on whatever the Giants did in the past. And this the mission is to kidnap the children, we enslave the Giants, we win the war. That's kind of the theory I'm going at right now. Just based off of what Emu said to end the chapter. Um, of course, Luffy came in and punched the hell out of him. Chef's kiss. Um, but yeah, let's get back into it to see if Emu drops any more information about what happened 800 years ago. But like I said, 800 years ago, from what I'm understanding, would be the end of the Void Century. And the end of the Void Century, that means the Giants possibly ticked off the 20 kingdoms by joining up with Joy Boy, Nika, whoever. I think it was Joy Boy at the time. Probably ticked them off. And because Joy Boy lost, it was probably firing season on anybody that was a comrade of Joy Boy. And I'm believing that the Giants and the Buccaneers were two key people or two key races that wanted to be on side of Joy Boy. And while you could take out a lot of the Buccaneers, it was going to be hard to take out all the Giants. The Giants are way too valuable. So let's continue. Let's see what else happens in 1187. Cover request by Nia Bobo D 420 Lane. That is a name right there, boy. Reiju sternly scolding some swans to protect an ugly duckling. So this is Sanji clearly is the ugly duckling. Ichiji, Yanji, and whatever his name is. Yeah, this is just his brothers and in the king all behind him. Very interesting cover request. Very interesting. Okay. Notes by Oda. I'm still amped for the Dreams Come True concert. I can't get the intro out of my head. I don't even know what that is, Oda, but cool. Chapter starts. Luffy socks Emu. Clean across the face, straight up, sends him flying. Face form Luffy at that. As Emu is flying away, he prepares another Maki Omen attack. Whoosh. Race two like demonic homies. As he flies and hits the ground, but he still was able to attach these two homies to Luffy and Loki. Loki says, Huff Huff, you may have got a good one in, but that's only thanks to the damage I already dealt him. Luffy says, you seem real beat up. Relax for a bit. Loki says, relax. Who do you think you talking to? As they both notice that the little homies have attached themselves to him. Wheeze, wheeze. Bastard, huh? Luffy says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Huh? It's not really hot. It doesn't even hurt that much. What's this black fire? As Emo gets up and starts preparing his way to him. Luffy says, wow, this guy's even more scary up close. While Emu's black homies talk to each other, we are to aim above the belly where the sword pierced him a moment ago. Damn. Damn it. What is this stuff? Says Loki. It's spreading. Emu performs an act called Stigma. Kanji is resentful demon sword. So those black homies that are on Loki turn into a giant sword attack. piercing Loki straight through the gut on that old wound already. Oh no. Oh no. Sends Loki flying. He wasn't ready for this attack. He lets go of Ragnar. Um, and then we go over to where Shuri is frozen with the rest of the Straw Hats. What is this thing? It just won't break. As all the Straw Hats try to attack, maybe. Wheeze, wheeze, nothing is working, says Jinbei. Usopp says, this can't really be made of ice, can it? Frankie says, it's more like a diamond or something. Huff, huff. Inami says, oh, whether it's ice or not, wouldn't she have already suffocated by now? Brooke touches the ice. Ouch. Oh, no, no. Oh, okay. This is just Usopp screaming because Nami pulls his fake beard. Ouch, dummy. Brooke says, but look, it's cold to the touch. Or actually, I'm not really sure, but Nami's like, you can't tell? And then Frankie goes to touch it. Hey, you're right. When I touch it, I'm not really sure. Nami says, enough of you non humans just can't tell. It's definitely cold. Hey, look out behind. As Loki drops right on top of this giant ice cube that has Shuri, Gunko frozen. Yeah, yeah, as the straw hats jump out the way. Um Loki lands on it and slides down, huff huff. No, I said huff huff. Loki as they scream out. And then I think that's Luffy screaming out Loki, if I can tell from that little panel. Nami says, huh? Watch out for the hammer. The hammer is falling down, and it looks like squeak squeak is going to touch this block of ice. And it's gonna, yeah, from everything we've been told, only Ragnar can melt this ice. So it's gonna melt the ice. Whoa, no way. Was he beaten? I don't know who's saying it. He's been stabbed through the chest. Gush as he's coughing up blood. You see Ratatouille turns back into a squirrel. Squeak squeak to probably go check on Loki. And then we go back to this block of ice where Gunko was, and they say, "Hey, look! Whoa! The ice has started to melt." Princess Shuri. Oh, that must have been Luffy commentating on that gash that was on Loki. Um, Another homie appears on Luffy's back. Whoa! Luffy automatically turns around, serious face. He sees that Emu is going for that resentful demon sword again. Luffy takes his jacket or whatever this cape is and throws it off to get rid of the homie that's on him. And the resentful demon sword goes through his jacket while he's able to escape and start to plan his counterattack as he leaps from branch to branch. Don't know what this kanji is around Emu, but these panels just hard. Boom. Okay, now we off to another place. All right. Seaport. Sea Cloud Port West Village. Library School Branch West Village. Zoro's location. So Zoro's location is the Sea Cloud Westport Village. Um, Look who it is. One of the three demons, a straw hat. Oh, I read that all wrong. Look who it is. One of the three demons. Huh, a straw hat. Weren't you just at the village? What are you doing here? Looking for a beating? Summers? You bastards ruined our reunion feast with our old friends. Oh, sorry about that. We were just here to pick up 10 or 20 kids at most. My associate should be bringing them over from the village any minute now. Then we'll be out of your hair. Zoro says, "Is that so? What a coincidence. One of my associates is also swinging by the village, but I don't think your guy will be the one coming back." Oh, so now I get the location. Zoro has he went to the West Cloud Port Village and got on the ship. I think this is one of the giant ships, and they're gonna fight on the giant ship. Okay. Um, but he just told him Sanji is gonna kill Killingham and he might not be coming back. Um, Summer says, "Oh, may I ask why?" And Zoro says, "Cause he'll be dead." And God Knight Summer says, "Yeah, you really have no idea," and attacks Zoro with a thorn attack. Just how awesome we are right now. In West Village, rain pours. West Village, as if a hole was torn in the sky. School, tree route, harbor, you can see everything. Um, Sanji says, "I'm starting to grasp the situation. Problem one, a monster bigger than any giant is trying to kidnap the kids." As he lights his lights his jack, lights his cigarette. That's one pain to deal with. Their mothers are crying their eyes out. I can't stand the sight of it, but I can't save the brats myself because of problem two. That monster is a woman, and I can't kick it. That's another pain to deal with. And the warriors won't stop at anything until the kids are safe. Ripley, damn it, leave him alone. As Ripley is crying, is already battered and bruised and cut up from God Night Summers. Colin, mommy, I'm so sorry I got caught again. Then there's a problem. While I can't stand there and see a woman cry, it's okay if I don't join their fight because I know cause of all this is really you. As Sanji goes and kicks God Knight Killingham, even if the giants lose sight of you, you can't outrun me. Killingham says, "Good grief, you really are tough. I'm ending this here, you fool. There's a big difference between tough and immortal. There's no way you can beat me. Your assessment is right enough. If I were to come out of commission, my ability would dissipate. So go and try. Go ahead and try. Let's see if you can take out the Rain Guard. On with Rain Guard. Take those brats away." Terrifying. I know your weakness. Ha ha ha. Oh, how interesting. So you're saying you can use Conqueror's hockey? Go ahead and then kill me. As Killingham hits Sanji with a really can't really tell what type of attack this is. Kind of like a punch or like a thrust attack. Knock Sanji back. And Sanji begins to reminisce about something. Pretty sure Gabon said, "Your captain is one of the four emperors. You should be meticulous if you intend to have his back." Zoro says, "My bad." And then Sanji says, "Hey, old man, what about me? Do I really not have Conqueror's hockey?" Gabon says, "You have the traits of one who might. Really? But somehow, you seem to be burdened with painful uncertainty. You must be a king yourself if you truly wish to make Luffy king. The Pirate King." So we back over to Emu and Luffy, and Emu finally gets to see Lupo. Emu is definitely face to face with the Nika form, but he calls it, "So thou has finally revealed thyself, Joy Boy." And we get a nice little like title card: Saint Nerona Emu versus Monkey D Luffy. Luffy says, don't go calling me whatever you want. The name's Luffy, the man who's going to be king of pirates." And it says, "Who truly has the qualities of a king?" Special color cover and color spread next issue to celebrate the 29th anniversary. So yeah, I guess it makes sense with the cover request now with the Vin smokes his ducks, except for Reiju. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. So I guess from what this chapter is saying, that is and I'm just gonna take from what the chapter is kind of conveying. Sanji has some self doubt because of how he grew up. He grew up as being the odd duckling, the one that wasn't good enough, but he needs to see himself as king in order to make Luffy king of the pirates. So you got to make sure that you feel like you're better than all of your brothers and your father, and make sure you're better than Judge, Reiju, Yonji, Niji, and Ichiji. You got to make sure that you're better than all of them, and there's not a doubt in your mind for you to be king. I don't think that's that far fetched for Sanji to do, but it's actually kind of crazy that he did not know he needed Conqueror's Hockey to defeat these God Knights. I thought it was going to be obvious that you need another level to defeat these people, but I don't think it's something that he has to struggle with. I just think as many people as Sanji has defeated Conqueror's Hockey, it should be right there. This should be right there on the tip of his foot, to be honest. But I love the fact that he's going to get it. I just feel like this could have been. I feel like he could have got Conqueror's Hockey in his fight against Queen. Just be honest. I feel like he could have had it already. Especially how bad Queen pissed him off. But clearly this done pissed Sanji off even more. So hopefully this gets him to that next level. But yeah, you seem to be burdened with a painful uncertainty. Yeah, at the end of the day, you are technically just a clone, all types of shit. Like, okay, so maybe you need to get over all this stuff that your family didn't put you through and the whole Cake Island situation. Put that in the past and just go out there and do whatever you got to do to save those children. Sanji is, to me, one of the clutches of the One Piece members, especially after his feats on Enies Lobby when he legit saved everybody. So I would love to see what Sanji does in this situation. But I will say, this big ass rain guard, I need Jinbei to be over there. I need Jinbei to be over here with the rain guard so to help save some of these children. He's the only person that can survive in water. So I really don't understand why he's not a part of this fight. If Sanji can't fight the rain guard, I don't want the giants struggling. I don't want the kids to be perishing. I want Jinbei to be over there and show his stuff because he got packed up early. I ain't forget Jinbei getting packed up early in this arc. He got packed up something bad. So man, we Straw Hats got some they got something to show. They got to show and prove now because at this point we are reaching the climax. I don't know how this Luffy versus Emu fight is going to go. I feel like it has to end abruptly. Like abruptly. It has to end abruptly. It can't end with two major attacks against each other. It has to end abruptly. Like might get a couple more panels, but I feel like this got to be over soon. The emphasis on Emu not being able to stay on land that long is a very important thing to me. And if you're gonna fight Joy Boy or New Sun God, you need to be fully prepared to do that. I don't think Emu was fully prepared to do that at this point. Um, and I guess I do also see the emphasis of why Rayleigh went out of his way to train Luffy all forms of hockey, why it was so important for this stretch of the trip or the last stretch of his Luffy's journey. Luffy would have been dead without it. And I think that might have happened to a previous Nika Nika fruit, haver. He probably possibly died because he just wasn't ready for this world. Great stuff, man. This was great stuff. This was another great chapter. Really quick how fast I got through it. Love to see Loki get back up soon, but he might need a little bit of time to heal. Um, might need Chopper's help, wherever Chopper is right now. We might need Chopper to, go ahead and patch him up real quick. Um, But knowing Loki, he's probably gonna push through that wound and try to still fight somehow, some way. Um, but yeah, I I really did want a Luffy Loki team up against Emu, but clearly that's not gonna happen. But I will say this about Loki. Loki, even if Loki isn't gonna be like Luffy's side by side fight partner at the end, Loki can fight a lot of goddamn people. Loki, think about Loki versus the Gorosei by himself. He can do it. He can do it. He can fight the Gorosei by himself. So I think we gotta get people that can fit all these different roles. If we put Loki, Yamato, Sabo, uh, dude, Zoro and Sanji, you can fight the Gorosei. You can fight the Gorosei, and still Luffy be free to fight whoever he needs. You could also throw some other figures in there as well, because you could have, instead of Sanji and Zoro, you could throw Law and Kid up in there. You got a whole five that can take on whoever's a Gorosei at that moment. But I might be thinking too far ahead, but that's the way this is kind of panning out. Different levels to it all, and you don't have to be a monstrous mythical creature to be able to fight, because I got Sabo doing what he got to do. I think Sabo is a Conqueror's Hockey user. I just don't think we've seen it in full yet. But I would love to see it, like, wholeheartedly. I think he might have showed a little bit on Dressrosa, but not that much that he could fight up against a Gorosei, since he was actually one of them that actually did fight against the Gorosei. He didn't use it, but definitely would love to see that fight. But yeah, I ain't gonna ramble too long. I got some other ideas I got to spitball. But thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, holla at your boy, and hopefully we back with another chapter later today.